Title: Fluffy's British Misadventure. Welcome to Lower Piddleworth. The caravan creaked to a stop in the heart of Lower Piddleworth, a village so old it probably remembers when sliced bread was just bread. The faded wooden sign welcoming visitors swung limply in the wind, its peeling paint struggling to declare, "Welcome to Lower Piddleworth, a quiet place since 793 AD, mostly." We parked near the village green, opposite a weathered pub with a crooked sign that read, "The Laughing Stoat." An ominous creak echoed from its rusty hinges, as if the building itself was reconsidering its life choices. Charming, I thought, tail flicking. A place where the Wi-Fi password is probably "don't even bother." Emma stepped out of the caravan, stretching like a tired adventurer chasing her next story. I followed reluctantly, sniffing the air. The breeze carried a blend of stale beer, fried fish, and something distinctly sheep-related. We crossed the cobbled street toward the pub, narrowly avoiding a cyclist who pedalled past furiously, muttering to himself about those blasted people from the next village. Rivalry between neighbouring villages? I mused. This place already feels like a rejected BBC crime drama. The Laughing Stoat, where time stopped. We entered the Laughing Stoat, where time seemed to have paused somewhere between the Middle Ages and a particularly bad 1970s renovation. The pub smelled of damp wood, spilled ale, and shattered hopes. The faded carpet, patterned with what I assume was once a proud tartan, now looked like a crime scene the vacuum had long since given up on. The bar counter sagged like it was weary of hearing the same tall tales every night. A crooked dartboard clung to the wall, its surface scarred by years of inaccuracy. The barman, a grizzled man with eyebrows thicker than the pub's soup, polished a glass with the resigned expression of someone contractually obligated to endure humanity's worst storytelling. Emma ordered fish and chips, flashing her warmest smile. Meanwhile, I prowled cautiously, scanning the pub's odd collection of locals like a detective expecting a plot twist. Enter the village idiot. A man resembling a scruffier, more confused version of Forrest Gump sidled up to the bar. He was built like a retired rugby player, with the charm of a slightly malfunctioning robot. His eyes widened when he saw Emma, his mouth curling into what I assume was meant to be a smile. "Hello there, miss," he drawled in an accent so thick it sounded like he was gargling gravel. "Fancy seeing someone like you round here." Emma responded politely, though I could see the flicker of discomfort in her eyes. He edged closer, awkwardly trying to engage her in a conversation about the best way to catch trout, while clearly not realizing he was the least appealing fish in the room. I sprang onto a nearby bar stool, tail flicking like a metronome set to back off. "Find your own fishing hole, pal," I thought darkly. "This one's off limits." He shot me a puzzled glance, probably wondering why a cat was glaring at him like he'd just declared war on common sense. Fluffy versus the chips. Moments later, Emma received her steaming order of fish and chips, wrapped lovingly in paper that looked like it predated the invention of recycling. The aroma of freshly fried fish filled the air. Emma settled by the fireplace, where I, of course, joined her with the regal entitlement of someone expecting a free meal. She tore off a piece of fish and placed it on a napkin for me. I sniffed it with cautious optimism, then recoiled. Is this fish? Or motor oil? I thought, flicking my tongue as if offended by its very existence. Congratulations, Britain, you've managed to deep-fry fish to the point of existential crisis. I shot Emma an indignant look as she continued eating, blissfully unaware of my culinary disappointment. Clearly her taste buds had surrendered long ago. Ancient roots and Viking echoes. As the pub filled with chatter, my ears perked up at an old man's booming voice at the bar. He pointed proudly to a weathered carving on the pub's support beam, an intricate design of spirals and runes. "That's Viking, that is," he declared proudly. "Back when the Norse came through here. Left their mark proper, they did. Built the first bridge over Piddle Creek." My gaze lingered on the carving, its worn surface still exuding strength and resilience after centuries. There was something admirable about the Viking legacy. Bold explorers who took risks, built communities, and apparently, according to the locals, installed better infrastructure than modern councils. Respect, I thought. They came, they saw, and they improved the plumbing. Exit strategy, British edition. As Emma finished her meal, we left the pub, passing two elderly women with steel-grey hair and expressions sharper than Viking axes. They whispered furiously, no doubt analysing Emma's fashion choices and my unauthorised pub attendance. Emma started the caravan, her eyes sparkling with amusement. I leapt onto the passenger seat, tail curling possessively around my paws. As we rolled out of the village, I cast one final glance back at the Laughing Stoat, its windows aglow with warm light and bizarre stories. The locals waved, not so much in friendliness, but in that good riddance way reserved for unpredictable newcomers. Scotland's still far off, I mused as the caravan picked up speed, and if this village was the appetizer, the main course is going to be interesting. I stretched luxuriously on the dashboard, watching the winding British roads stretch endlessly ahead. Next stop, I thought, another town, where the only thing thicker than the accents is the plot.